Hi everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome! It's Ludi Nokozawa here, and your Kyaru Neko reporter on the prowl. Alright, are you guys ready for the Newsy News? Are you ready? It's time! Okay, on to our first piece of Newsy News. Here we go, friends! By the way, can I just say, Otacon looks so cute. Chibi Otacon holding a hot dog, fantastic. Okay, however, the contents of this might be a little bit sad, so just be prepared. Let's try again.
Went to a convention. Anime Central. I made
That's
a
cute.
surprise appearance at Ayami Sensei's panel.
Cute.
Oh my gosh, someone gave something to Ayami Sensei to give to me, which I was like, huh? I was so shocked. Gave her a signed Metal Gear poster.
Oh!
Hideo Kojima.
No!
To me.
That's
I was so
awesome!
shocked. I felt bad that they gave it to Ayami Sensei because I was like, you should be giving gifts to her. What's your policy for gifts at Offkai? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. It will be like my first time receiving gifts. So
Aww.
I'm excited about it.
Aww.
Back in heaven, there were
Yeah.
times when people would give gifts, and
Sorry, when she says heaven, she means the other company.
we were told that we would receive them, and I never received them.
Wow, that
I
sucks.
think about it all the time because I just feel so bad about it.
Aww.
People that were giving certain things, or we bought something with their own
Aww.
money, and I just never received the gift.
Aww.
I don't know if like maybe I'm still waiting on it. I don't know.
Aw, that's so
But,
sad.
People would give stuff and then it would just never show up in the mail.
Wow.
That happened.
Wow.
Why I'm
That's sad.
excited this time that I will actually be able to receive.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrible. So essentially, this is titled "Mint Never Received Fan Gifts That Got Sent Through NIJISANJI." That sucks. Come on, man. Like, what are they doing? Are they pawning it? Like, what are they doing with that? Like, that's not cool. Not cool at all. Niji just doing a bad again, again and again, and again and again and again. So frustrating. So frustrating. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. Okay, so P2Y has been deleted. This is posted on the Kurosanji subreddit, and this is posted by K21129. If you guys remember, P2Y, a Japanese news broadcaster in Japan, they did some coverage on NIJISANJI in the past. So here is the Twitter/X. It says, "Notice. We have discovered the article and image data on our website, including backups, have been completely corrupted. As a result, it is virtually impossible to recover our site, and we regret to inform you that p2y.jp will be closed and its operation will be dissolved." This is very sus, very suspicious. The only news agency that was reporting on NIJISANJI has now been completely silenced, and all the files have been removed, which means that they're closing up shop. Okay, so let's see what else it has to say. "We have been publishing articles focusing on the number of registered users, the VTuber industry overseas, and scandals that cannot be overlooked. However, it's also a fact that recently, due to slander and various pressures, it has become difficult for us to continue." Because you'll remember the slander laws in Japan are a lot different than they are in the West. Even if something is true, it can be considered slanderous, which can be litigated. Okay. "We also recognize that if this series of attacks is intentional, it is malicious, and it is impossible to continue the operation of the site." So anyways, long story short, this is essentially a news agency being silenced. Is Kurosanji involved? We can't say for sure. There is no concrete evidence at this time. We did notice a trend that YouTubers in Japan were also forced to shut down as well. So, this is very concerning. This is very concerning. And the reason why it's concerning is because the freedom of speech is essentially being taken away. Anything that companies are doing, people can no longer talk about. This is a really big problem because if you're not able to communicate, companies will always dance on the line of what is legal, what is not legal, what is human rights violations, what isn't human rights violations. Companies will always dance on the line. The thing is with news agencies is that it keeps them accountable because public outcry will be like, "That's not cool. What are you doing?" You know, because the news will be like, "Hey, this is happening." And then people will be like, "Boo." And then the companies will be like, "Oh, no. Oh, we got to clean up our image," or "Oh, no, we got to do this." But essentially, what's happening is that companies that are talking about this are disappearing. and YouTubers who are talking about this are disappearing. So it's a little unsettling because instead of NIJISANJI trying to better themselves, they've gone, I mean, we don't know. There is technically no link between the two. There is no actual concrete link between the two, but it just seems very sus. So here it says, okay. Edit, it could be defamation law rather than cyber attack, but either way, it is clear that they were the target of an attack. This is terrifying. Yeah, this is absolutely like, what? Johnny says, I mean, in Japan, anything can be considered slander as long as it hurts a corporation's reputation. But when they do it, it's okay, though. All right, guys, so this next piece of newsy news, this is Cover Corp, who is responsible for Hololive. Okay, so this is a notice that's been translated, okay? Okay, notice says, today we are pleased to announce that we have established a subcommittee to study measures against defamation consisting of Co. Limited, AnyColor Co. Limited, and our company. In establishing the subcommittee, we received support from 12 companies, including those employing creators, and received support from the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department's Criminal Affairs Division, and various industry associations, and announced specific initiatives to combat slander. Please see below for details. Okay, so this was issued today. So it says here, notice regarding the establishment of the subcommittee on countermeasures against defamation. Okay, so it looks like all of these companies have come together to, I guess, battle defamation. While it's a noble cause, I don't trust corporations to do the right thing. And when corporations have a lot of power, they can yield it in an unsavory way. All right, it says Cover Corp Limited announced today, Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024, that it is a member of the Creator Economy Association, and it says General Incorporated Association. We would like to inform you that we have joined the Subcommittee on Countermeasures Against Slander, hereafter referred to as the Subcommittee, which has been newly established by the Subcommittee on Countermeasures Against Slander, sponsored by the CE Association. Okay. To date, CE Association has set up a study committee on countermeasures against slander on June 28th, 2023, Wednesday, with the participation of various stakeholders, has been working on awareness-raising activities through campaigns and panel discussions as a countermeasure against slander. However, there was a problem, and that these activities alone were not sufficient against perpetrators with clear malicious intent. Therefore, we have decided to establish a subcommittee consisting of 3 companies, Inc., AnyColor Inc., and our company, which have been working on measures against defamation of affiliated creators by setting up reporting desks and countermeasures teams. Establishing the subcommittee, we received support from 12 companies, including companies that employ creators, as well as the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, Metropolitan Police Criminal Investigation Department, and Safer Internet Association, and the Social Media Usage Environment Improvement Association. With the support of Althei's Law Office, the GVA Law Office, and 3 companies made a presentation on their specific efforts against defamation. For more information on activities, please see CEO Association release. And this is, as announced on January 11, 2024, in the report on countermeasure activities against defamation and other right infringement acts, our company has been involved in slander against talent affiliated with Hololive Productions, which is operated by our company. We have implemented countermeasures against defamation through our in-house related team and our attorney. Going forward, we will continue to take decisive measures against slander and other malicious intent directed at our affiliated talent by building and improving internal systems and deepening cooperation with legal advisors and judicial institutions. By participating in the subcommittee and collaborating with other companies, we strive to create an environment where creators can work with peace of mind. The Countermeasures Committee is consisted of all of these big corporations, and they've also included the police as well. So, okay, let's talk about this really quick. While good, because in theory, scary things can happen, right? Like, kaboom threats and stuff like that. Definitely, there needs to be countermeasures in place. But how far will this go? How far will this go? Will this, I don't know, silence an entire news station? Will this come to the point where IPs are being tracked? You're no longer anonymous on the internet. It's kind of getting there, I mean, we hope that corporations are smart enough to not abuse their power, but sometimes they do. So it's a little bit concerning. It's a little bit concerning. And obviously people need to feel safe. VTubers need to feel safe. VTubing should not be a life-threatening profession, for sure. However, if people want to speak about a certain topic, if a creator perhaps was a little bit unsavory and people want to discuss it, is that now considered bad? Is that now considered something that you can be arrested for? This is concerning. It's very concerning because we really don't know how far corporations will take it. And if we've seen anything, AnyColor is a corporation that takes things to an 11. So it's hard to trust these corporations to do the right thing. However, Hololive is involved, but they're not, they've had their share of controversies too. Okay, someone's saying, also, like, there was a Niji mod literally slandering Hololive Suisse, saying the worst things, but I guess they're ignoring that one. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're not wrong there. So yeah, this is a little concerning, and especially that all these other major corporations are banding together, essentially. It could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. On to our next piece of Newsy news. We have, so you'll remember yesterday we talked about how there was a YouTube channel called Nightime Audio, and a lot of people were speculating that Nightime Audios was one of the new NIJISANJI members, and I did say it was speculation, and I was like, just to confirm, this is just a rumor. Okay. So, Nightime Audios, they posted in their community part of YouTube. So, Nightime Audios says, there's a lot of speculation and rumors on me joining some VTuber community that took part in some unfortunate scams and other bad things. All because I sound like the newest member. These are false. To those who follow me, know I have made some mistakes and got into some issues with some old followers who I unfortunately hurt. I am a human who makes mistakes, and I am both undeserving of this channel and the things I have. I am not part of Niji or whatever it's called. I am appalled to have been woken up by comments calling an assaulter and abuser and all these things that this company has done. Below is a Twitter thread of literal proof that I am not who those say I am. Hello, my name is Sarah. I am the girlfriend of Nightime Audios who had rumors about him being the character on the NIJISANJI. That's an interesting way to... the NIJISANJI. Okay. Unfortunately, he is not the new VTuber on NIJISANJI. We got it. They sound alike, but you guys cannot accuse someone of being the new VTuber. From these confusing tweets, this person's saying, I'm not a VTuber. My girlfriend will also confirm I'm not a VTuber. Odd choice, but okay. Guys, obviously, everything is speculation right now. We can't know for sure until the debut. So, long story short, I am very confused. But we gotta take what he says right now. On to our next piece of Newsy news. We have, okay, so this is Pekora. So I'm sure you all know who Pekora is. Okay, so this is from her Twitter/X, and it says, after this from 9 p.m., we'll be watching the movie Dragon Ball Z. And can I just say, this art is freaking adorable. A++. I love it. And it says, this time we will have Dragon Ball Z Dragon Fist Explosion. If Goku doesn't do it, who will? And Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn, Goku and Vegeta. Watch Pickle. This is Pekora's first time seeing it. Let's all have fun. Anyways, this is super cute. So if you like those movies, you can definitely join Pekora in her watch along. So it's super cute. And yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Dragon Ball? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, she's incredible. On to our next piece of Newsy news. We are talking about Suzuka Yukato. So who is Suzuka Yukato? They are a female Japanese virtual YouTuber and member of NIJISANJI's second generation. So this is, I guess, her original model looked like this, and this is her main model that she's currently using. So why are we talking about Suzuka Yukato? Okay, so why are we talking about Suzuka Yukato? All right, well, during the night, NIJISANJI has a graduation to report. Shocking. Are you shocked? I'm not shocked. Okay. So this is machine translated. It says, graduation report. We are pleased to announce that our live streamer, Suzuka Yukato will be graduating on June 12th, 2024. So this is posted on by Diego One Marcus saying, for those who can't read, Suzuka Yukato, one of the oldest Niji livers who debuted as part of the second generation, is graduating on June 12th. She is the same generation as Fumino Tamaki and Kenmochi Toyo. So yeah, this person is graduating, and it's kind of sad because if you look at their history with NIJISANJI, they have been active with NIJISANJI since 2018. So that was a really long career, right? This quote unquote graduation seems to be on pleasant terms. Usually when we see Niji graduate people, they usually have a laundry list of terrible things that they've done with the company. And this is just like a 2-sentence thing. Like, why would you graduate if you were having a good time? Here are some additional comments on Reddit saying they get credit for putting out a positive, appreciative graduation notice rather than a character assassination hit piece, at least. Yes, this is what we're normally used to. Yukato has been held back by the content restrictions for a while now, so it'll be interesting to see what she can achieve as an indie. All right, so this is related to this subject. Okay, so this is obligatory graduation analysis, and then in brackets it says Suzuka Yukato. Okay. So here we go. And this is, okay. So by this point, people might know me as the graduation guy due to all the posts I've made trying to analyze how graduations work. With the new graduation announced, here's a short analysis post to see if we can glean any info from it. In my last post, when Bonnevier's graduation was announced, I said that the floodgates of graduations might have started to open again. I guess they were like, all right, guys, we got to wait till Q3 and then we'll open the queue again. So just like, hold on for like a couple of months. Anyways. All right. So the graduation started to open again and wondered if we'd see more in the future. Today's announcement does seem to point towards that direction. A graduation in May and another in June brings us back to our old monthly schedule. Oh no. However, we should still exercise some doubt about it, as people will say, what if she just waited her contract out? Which is always a reasonable question. It's much harder to gauge that for such old livers, though. That's a good point. To demonstrate that, we'll compare it to Chihiro's case, who debuted just 1 month and a generation prior to Suzuka, but graduated 5 months earlier than her in January of 2024. Suzuka debuted on March of 2018, and she is graduating on June of 2024, roughly 6 years later. This more or less translates to 3 contract terms, assumed 2-year terms, but it has 4 to 5 months extra. On the other hand, Chihiro debuted on February 2018 and graduated on January 2024. Immediately, one can see Chihiro's graduations line up very well with when she debuted. The 1 month difference is not much since she may have signed 1 month prior to debut, or NIJISANJI could have been fine about releasing 1 month early. Not much of a difference at that point. If we assume that the extensions of NIJISANJI's second generation of contracts always followed the first generation of contracts by 1 month, then Suzuka could not be graduating through contract expiration. However, this is a very heavy assumption that's not necessarily true. Members as old as Suzuka have presumably extended their contract at least twice. This also gives them a chance to have renegotiated their contract at least twice. As such, they may have either asked for a term of different length. For instance, Suzuka could have extended her contract for only 3 to 4 months after February/March, rather than the default 2 years, or they may have asked for additional benefits, like being able to re-sign at any point. All things considered, I see 3 main options for what's going on here. 1. Suzuka's contract expired now due to her having previously extended it in non-2-year spans. Suzuka asked for a graduation at some point earlier than this, but NIJISANJI vetoed until now, which is very likely. Suzuka had the power to graduate earlier, either through expiration or otherwise, but NIJISANJI convinced her not to do so yet through negotiation. Also a possibility. Overall, I don't think I have an option that I like best. All 3 of my speculations seem to have something off about them, and usually things tend to be more complicated behind the scenes than we realize anyway. If there's something to take away here, it's that while the specific version of the truth may vary, it seems highly likely that some sort of manipulation from NIJISANJI is going on and around the timing of graduations, even if it's not as bad as some speculation would have it. I hope Suzuka is well and that her future continues to be bright for her. Okay, let's see what the people on Reddit gotta say. Carl says, sorry, Yukato had a 3D stream, and I'd imagine she wanted that to go through before graduating. It's pretty well known that people have to book 3D streams months in advance as they have too little available studio time for the amount of talents they have. I'd say there's a reasonable hypothesis that she's been planning since her contract came up, but arranged something with management, so she tried to stay until after her final 3D. That's a very good point, yeah, because I mean, like, having a 3D stream is like a showpiece for VTubers, right? It's a pretty big deal. Buxa says, a simpler reason for graduation being deferred would be other contractual obligations after the end of the normal contract term that would require a contract extension to complete. Things like already arranged sponsorship deals or pre-arranged events. And this person, Technical Zombie, says, I'm a little more surprised that there's very little reaction from the EN community. That's all speculation, of course. But anyways, this is so she will be graduating in June. So just keep if you want to support her, you know, June 12th is her final day. Be on the lookout for her PL so that you can support her when she becomes an independent. Okay? Excellent. On to our next piece of news. Thanks so much for watching the video. Shout out to my patrons that help make these videos possible. If you want to help support the channel, you can always join me at Patreon, subscribe to me on Twitch, or become a member on YouTube. I also have links to merch in the description below. As always, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!